If you are the owner of a Chrysler 300, Dodge Charger, or Challenger, and your AC is not blowing cold air, this video is going to cover all of the easiest fixes. And let's hope one of those works, because otherwise, you'll need a much bigger repair. Oh, and forgive how dirty my car is. My wife and I are traveling through Mexico, and getting car washes has not been a major priority. We've just been living life. Now, the first thing you're gonna wanna look at is your fuse box. And in this vehicle, there's a couple of fuse boxes, but the one we're going to be looking at is under the hood. It's gonna be on your passenger side, just behind the headlight. If you take a look at the back of the lid of your fuse box, you'll see an easy to read guide with several fuses that do have to do with your AC. So anything that says AC on this lid is worth checking out. But more than likely, if your AC isn't blowing cold air, the main fuse you want to look at is fuse 12, which is a 10 amp mini fuse. And luckily for me, this was definitely the case. This is the best scenario if you're dealing with an AC that pushes hot air in your face, because not only is this the easiest thing to fix, but it's also the least expensive thing to replace. I was able to pick up several of these from an AutoZone near me for only about 50 pesos, or about $3 USD. However, if you're not lucky enough to find a burnt fuse, you're not completely screwed. You might just need a refrigerant recharge. If that is the case, you can just pick up a bottle of R134A refrigerant and connect it to your low pressure port, which is located kind of deep in the engine bay on the driver's side near the firewall. It's a little bit hidden, but there will be a label so you won't miss it. It's a push connect, and if you do happen to find the high side, it will not fit. So there really is no risk there. And once you have found the right port, pull back on the connector, press it firmly, and release. When you do this, make sure the bottle is locked. Then unlock it after your car is on and the AC is on full blast. And with this one, you do have to press the button on the top of the bottle and shake it from the 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock position. And when you've done that for a while, you can turn it upside down to make sure you've got everything out of the can. But the thing is, the correct way to do this is by vacuuming out the system and adding in about 700-ish grams of refrigerant. But all of that requires a lot of expensive equipment, and it's probably not necessary in order to get your AC cold. This method gauges the pressure in the system, which is close enough. And this does seal some leaks in the system. However, if there are major leaks, you'll want to try something that claims to seal leaks in metal, just in case you've got that kind of problem. And with that, we have a different bottle, and instead they give you these quote-unquote smart clips. And they say you won't need a gauge with this. However, this is false. These smart clips are meant to be placed in your air vents, and they'll turn blue when your AC is blowing cold and won't if it's not, as if you are incapable of determining whether or not it's blowing hot air in your face. Furthermore, it won't tell you if you have too much or too little refrigerant. So it's not really useful here, but use it if you want to, I guess. But if you do use a bottle like this, they suggest using a normal refrigerant afterwards to flush out any of the sealant out of the port. So you'll need both. Not only for that, but because this doesn't hold enough refrigerant for your whole system anyways. So if this is an older problem, keep that in mind. But let me know what's going on with your Chrysler or Dodge in the comments. Like the video and please subscribe.